Hey, what's up, guys? We're getting into the video today. Of course, this is a deck that I've been putting a decent amount of time on lately. I've been playing a lot of orange, and I've been going through a lot of the MPs that we considered were weaker and underpowered over Shane's posts on Facebook there on the retro page. So one of the decks I decided to make was a Villain 18 deck. Specifically, I really liked Orange Leisure. I know Shane's been a big fan of Orange Leisure. I'm sure most of you people, I think Mark Bulger too. Well, I don't know if he really likes it. I think he was trying to run it in Orange 20, but I found it's not a really great card for Orange 20 personally. Too slow, just already too much board. But Leisure's really good in a deck that can tutor it out, specifically Android 18 because she has 19's toss, but also a deck um, that really needs a couple of key cards. It does help. It does help a lot. Not that 20 doesn't need key cards, but 20 is just already so loaded. I think this is a better like mid-tempo card. 16 and 18 I think are the best users of it. Maybe 17, but Orange 17 I just don't feel is like really good. Outside of maybe like Adept. I think that's like the one competitive Orange deck that he has. But anyway, maybe combative. But this deck, the whole gimmick of it, I wanted to use a deck that abused efficiency drill mainly. And originally I was running 3 of it. I was running Spiral Shot. I was running 3 Toss. I found that I had too much search for efficiency drill, and there aren't quite enough cards that can really like make good use of it in the sense that are like multi-use and everything. Not quite yet. Maybe for Yamcha, I think Yamcha is probably the best one currently. Between the energy on his level 1, the fact that he can get to level 2 and tutor cards like Offensive Strike, Quick Toss, and then he has Yamcha's Spirit Ball as well. All take great advantage of efficiency drill. But 18 is probably the second best. Maybe she's the best MP, but really those two MPs have the best ways to either get the drill out or use the drill. So going through that, I wanted to make a Villain 18 deck. I really liked that this level 1 is an attack that you can use with efficiency drill, but I also liked that it can get you out of a bind if you have a crappy hand. So really good. You also have access, of course, to... Now, we're never going to go to this level 2, but this level 2 is really good if you ever do go to it. I could try it out with a Devouring Drill combative deck, but I don't really play around the Rejuvenate for crit Android stuff, so I'm not trying to play Android cards, but this level 2 is still, like, at the start of a turn, you get to look at top 2 is really good, but we're mainly almost always going to be on level 1 unless we get bumped up. We're going to abuse the level 1 hand filter. We're going to use this to help get stages. We're going to use efficiency drill to get stages. Combative mastery to retrieve what we need to. And then we just have a really nice suite of attacks. We have some anti-anger. We don't really have a ton of anti-endurance in this deck right now. As far as mods go, you're really not trying to stack up mods. You're really just trying to get efficiency drill out to make everything deal 5. It's not a big bursty deck by any means. However, this deck has some pretty nice longevity in combat, so you really shouldn't ignore that. Plus, it just kind of takes advantage of orange and its drill synergy and card synergy. So, without further ado, we'll get down into it. We have 18's toss at 3. You can tutor efficiency drill when you need to. Not to mention, you can tutor leisure, which essentially this card becomes. You almost always are going to be tutoring. Whoops. You almost always are going to be tutoring leisure with it, which is a block. And against a physical deck, it's a prevent 6, which is really good if you get knocked to 0 stages. But also it gets you anything that you need. It's another way to tutor checkup drill. You can get efficiency drill with it. But just a really good combo card, combo piece. The main thing you're going to be wanting to get out is efficiency drill, just to make sure you're reliant on stages. We also have offensive strike. This is a 3 of, same with Quick Toss. Both these cards are multi-use attacks in a sense. Quick Toss tutors another one, or sorry, Offensive Strike tutors another one from your deck. Quick Toss is a multi-use attack with some anti-anger. You get this out with efficiency drill, and it's a 10 life card swing on one card, so pretty nice. Offensive Strike. The biggest thing with this card is you don't want to see it until you get efficiency drill out. What's really cool though is because even if you get some of these landing in your pile, you can rejuvenate them with combative mastery, which is really nice. You also have access to attraction drill to put them back in your deck should they end up in your pile too early. But again, this is a 15 life card swing if you get all 3 going with efficiency drill out. This is a 10 life card swing per card. So that's the whole point of what we're trying to build this deck around. Again, I think Yamcha might be better, but This deck works, does its job. Could always run attack drill and some other stuff, but I just wanted to go really like dedicated on the mods, but maybe going just a one efficiency drill and going aura, and then the Android attack drill could be better. Um, but I also just do really like that this helps you, focusing around efficiency drill helps you get around getting stage locked. And this card of course gives stages, and these are both low cost cards anyway. So really nice. We have PowerPoint at 3 to just help get the drills out because drill tutoring is just so good. High endurance, high damage. Orange stare down, another staple card. Getting rid of board is really good. Between orange stare down and then we also have energy phasing drill. Setups and drills are pretty much never going to be on the board, which is really good. And then of course you can potentially deal crit damage. Not super often with this deck, but you do have some ally banishment, which is good. We go into blinding energy move because sometimes you're not going to be able to like get your chain going. You want to just like wait it out. If you draw some kind of dead hands between this and the level 1, you shouldn't really get bricked too much, but you definitely can on the stages. So that's another reason why efficiency drill is so huge. But blinding energy move is also a good backup. We get into separating shot, another card that costs stages. It's like a pseudo defensive burst against the right deck, which is really good. Because if it hits, they can't perform a physical, so really good. It's also not a banish after use card, so I do like it. You can get it back in your deck. Sweeping Blast, I would like to run at 3. Run it at 2. Yeah, this is just a card that like every time I play against people that run this card at 3, like they show me why it needs to be at 3, but with it being hit and miss against the right decks, I don't know, I'll get 2, especially because we can rejuve it. And you have to rejuve a style drill. I'm not always going to want to do that. So I don't know. A good 2, maybe a 3. I'm trying it out at 2 though. I haven't really got it off for any value yet, but Fierce Attack, trying this card out, I do like that it makes everything unpreventable. You throw this in a combat where you have Quick Toss or Offensive Strike and you can swing, 15 to 20 cards or so pretty easily. So really, really good. And some anti-anger. It's also not banished after use, which again, we can loop it with Combative, Checkup, and Attraction. Counterball, this is just another reason why I can get away with some 2-ofs of these cards down here, is because they're kind of situational when I really need them or want them. But Counterball helps put more cards back in my deck, gives me some longevity, some rejuve, helps me play the long game a little bit better. And because ideally I'm going to get Shopping Drill out, I'm going to be protecting my pile, which means that I have really good access to, between the Mastery and this, and those other cards mentioned, I have some really good selective rejuve in the matchups that I need it. We get into the block line, pretty light. 3 swerve, stage gain is king, also double block is king. Defense is drill tutor. I have 3 drills it can grab. This is the biggest thing. I don't know, could run it at 1. I like it at 2 though, especially if I start to bounce those drills in and out of play. If I see this early, it's kind of nice. Which is always a thing too. So definitely not maybe the best block. I think Quick Dodge could maybe come in its place in this deck. I've been running Quick Dodge in my 16 combative deck, and I could see Quick Dodge being a better card just for the stage gain. But I do like the potential drill tutor is nice. Dismissal, drill loop is always good. Another way to bounce checkup. Another way to bounce exam drill. Another way to potentially phase these 2 cards out, get these cards out when I need them to is really good. Just a universally good orange block. Juke is kind of the same thing. Just helps me get those drills back in the deck if I need them, or helps me put them out. It's good. Time, because it's time is a warrior's tool. So those are the blocks here. Pretty, light for the most part, but it does its job. You can tutor these pretty well and easily. We don't have to worry about stages too much because of efficiency, but again, I could see the Quick Dodge being a better card. And then also having Leisure is another kind of block in itself, as being tutorable is really nice. We also have the 2 block drills. Memory, because card is broken, helps you get your board set up fast. Helps you kind of be aggressive and lets you pass, which is really nice. It's just having that search is so good. Being able to like just have another card to tutor out, check up drill with is huge. Meditation for anti-anger. Also, it's an energy, which is nice. Stare down is a pseudo block or an attack card. So good, so versatile. And I've already talked about the drill line a bit up. Let's drill line up a bit here, but efficiency drill is the main bread and butter. Phasing drill 2, again, we're just going to kill their board. So ideally, you're going to be able to be aggressive against board decks if you can get these two cards out, especially phasing drill. Having a level 1 energy, all of a sudden, it's like it turns into like a must block at times. Between you might bait people into blocking it, or you might, you either bait people into blocking because they think you have a dead hand, or you just force them to lose cards off their board with phasing. And phasing, of course, an efficiency combos so well because no matter what, even if you lower the 2 life cards on your attack to get the drill kill or the setup kill, you get efficiency. Efficiency drill brings it right back up to 5. So it's a really, really silly combo where like every attack that you're doing is just killing board, and it's always dealing 5. Super good. Especially for these multi-users or these multi-search. This is just complete board wipe, which is huge. We also have shopping drill. It's a staple orange drill. I'd almost even say you could run it at 2. I'm still filling out the drills in this deck, but it's super, super good card. Super important. Protecting our pile is super important. So, exam drill. This is a card I threw in. I have a fair amount of hit cards, especially with some of the recent changes I did. I do like that it's some anger kill and some ally control, because I really only have these 3 cards as ally control. So being able to pop this in and out of play. But the main thing is just maybe some additional anti-anger. I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the attacks are hit effect cards, and then we also have the level 1 is a hit effect, so it pops this. But really, you're never really going to be getting the constant more than probably twice a combat, unless you have quick toss out. But that's always pretty fun, as you lowering their anger 2 on an attack. It's definitely one that maybe is one of the weaker drills of the deck. I'd throw it actually with possession as 2 of the weakest drills in the deck. But I'm trying them out. I haven't really disliked this yet, but it's definitely not crazy impactful. Checkup is one of the most impactful. Same with shopping drill, 2 of the most impactful cards. Checkup is just so easy to bounce in this deck. Between cards like Swerve, PowerPoint, Memory, Juke even at times, and then you can loop it out of play with Sweeping Blast. So I could see maybe some more cards abusing this entering play. Like Orange Counterball is a card I really like in Android 16 that I could try out in this deck, but I just don't really. I don't know. Maybe I could try that card out. It would be a Spanish Shifter use card, but it could do some work with and give me more ways to loop checkup drill. So, but checkup drill is huge. Attraction drill is also really huge. You getting the getting the human trait here is super important. Again, there's a lot of selective rejuve in the deck and protect the pile. So, again, this deck isn't like a super explosive deck by any means, but you can just consistently kind of whittle people down over some combats. And try your best to kind of control their anger with some of these anti-anger cards, and you can definitely blow board up. So you just kind of slow your opponent down quite a bit in these combats. You make a lot of your attacks have to be blocked, and you use Orange's drill bounce and longevity with their blocks and stuff and checkup. We also have the 2 board blocks, super huge. Just depending on the matchup, helping you stall out more and slow the game down to where you can just wipe your opponent's board advantage away. Possession drill is in here because it's possession drill. I really don't ever actually get it for effect, but it's just another way to filter hand if you do get bricked, which is really nice. And there's times where you definitely like draw one of your drills. It helps you get them out of your hand so you can mastery them into play, which is really good. So it's just another reason to keep it. We have Ball 7, Namek, being able to swing randomly out of your pile with this card is huge. It's just such a tempo swingy card. You're really only going to play this when you really are going to benefit from it. But being able to like late game, be able to close people out with like fierce attack, quick toss, energy strike hands, or just like get these tosses in, or like be able to top deck your drills or get your blocks back. Just another way to like abuse the fact that you're going to be selectively crafting your deck all game. We also have Leisure, and like I said, I've talked about this card a little bit already, but this is a tutor anything card in your deck, which is huge. So, and it's also just you getting this with toss pretty much turns toss into like 3 cards, which is really awesome. Just getting this block. It's really powerful against physical decks if they put you to 0 because you prevent 3 stages and then the converted damage gets prevented when their stage damage gets converted to a life card. So really, really strong though. Lets you tutor any of your drills out. It's another check of drill tutor. Again, there's some cards that I'm trying out. I haven't really played with Counterball yet. Fierce Attack and Sweeping Blast. Even Separating Shot. These are definitely the weakest cards of the deck, the least core. And they definitely could get rotated out, but I just want to try some more Endurance. Counterball, being able to loop these cards back in is really nice. There's also just not really many orange energy attacks I wanted to run. I didn't really want to try to run any freestyles. I thought about Energize Strike and Legendary Blast because of the shuffle. Orange Counterball could be really good in this deck, and maybe throwing another drill in here somewhere, or changing out Exam Drill. This is definitely the weakest drill, I'd say, in the deck. Along with these 4 attacks here are the weakest cards that I would say I would consider rotating, and then Orange Defense as well. All cards that I could see moving, otherwise these events are set, these 3 blocks are set, this time is set, these attacks are set, these drills are set. So just some more testing as I play this deck more, adjust as it goes. As more cards come out, I definitely think it'd be easier to figure out what I like in here. Could always try more freestyle cards, could always try to run attack drill and aura drill in here to give me some more options. However, I just really think efficiency drill is huge, especially with the destroy for your deck to pay for cost. That has been coming in really clutch. So, but I might actually try to cut this out for quick dodge. I'm gonna give it some more running. If I find and end up running more drills that this grabs, I think you need at least 3 drills that this grabs for it to be worth it. But maybe if I can find another drill to run that uses this. But overall, really fun deck, kind of neat. Nobody really plays Villain 18, and it's got a lot of longevity and resilience to it. I mean, surprisingly so. And even on occasion, you actually do get the constant effect here, the unmodifiable first physical attack. So just little things. Orange and Power Drill is another card I could see going in here too to help beat the rejuve heavy matchups. But overall, deck's pretty fun. It works. Try it out. Try giving these old MPs a shot. Orange is always a good style, I would say, to just pair with these older MPs that are a little bit weaker, especially the androids. They have so much. They just have some really good support in the form of Orange Leisure alone. 16 and 18, I think, have some really interesting builds and things that you can do with them. So give it a shot, guys. Let me know if there's any more decks you want me to tackle or anything. I'll try to be making some more content a little bit more regularly. Again, life is just kind of all over the place at times, but I've been really enjoying these fun decks. Take it easy, guys. Peace.